All right, boys. For those of you who don't know what I do, I guess on a high level, like I just do sales. That's all I know. I know how to talk to people. I know how to, I guess, persuade people, do whatever you want to say. But I just, it's been years and years of practice. I've pretty much been selling since I was like 17, 18 years old. And obviously now being 23, that gives me a 5, 6 year advantage over a sales rep, who hasn't been doing sales as long. I think there's a misconception though with sales that you have to be the super charismatic person and that you have to be extremely outgoing and stuff like that. Obviously it helps. Someone who's charismatic but doesn't know how to handle objections and no's and things like that, they're gonna have a disadvantage over a trained salesman, right? So that's what I really took into consideration, because when I was younger, I was pretty charismatic. Like I was, my family, the way I was raised, at least, my mom always taught me to be charismatic. She's extremely charismatic. So I was always extremely charismatic, talk to people, adults, all that good stuff. And so when I got into sales, I thrived for a while, but when I started doing more high ticket stuff and where the objections would come in, I caught myself kind of struggling and on how to, handle those objections and handle those no's. So I really started hitting the books, like, reading things like The Art of the Deal, reading $100 million offers, like reading these different books and watching different videos, even like YouTube University. You can pretty much find anything on here, and doing certain sales courses and things like that to really help me hit that next level. So today, I kind of want to explain what I do now and what I mean by high ticket sales and the business that I own, because I've never really talked about it on camera. So essentially what I do is I do digital marketing, or SMMA, whatever you want to call it, social media marketing agency. That's what me and Sam do. He's my business partner. Sam has a background in marketing and, launching ads and doing all that good stuff. And I have a background in sales. So I'm acquisition and actual like closing and stuff like that. How I kind of got into this and kind of the evolution of me getting into the agency space was, it was kind of between two things. I was either going to do real estate, which it's lucrative and it's good, but you kind of have to be driven to one location. And I'm a person who hates to be, tied down to one area, one location. And it was between that and digital marketing. And I kind of weighed the pros and the cons for a couple of weeks and was thinking about what I wanted to do and really like what I wanted to lean into. And I kind of find with digital marketing, it's kind of unbeatable. Everybody needs a marketer. I mean, even real estate agents need marketing, right? And another thing with marketing as well is I can do this from literally anywhere in the world. I've worked from, Tulum. I'm going to be working on a lot of my trips that I'm taking this year that I'm going to bring you guys along for. But you can literally work from anywhere. It's location freedom. If I wanted to live in Europe for a year and just like travel, like backpack through Europe, I could still make a living while doing it. So that was really the thing that was most lucrative to me and most exciting about doing digital marketing. And that's kind of why I got into it. That's kind of, just to keep a long story short, I've been doing that for the past year now. We have a bunch of clients. And another thing, and another reason why I love this business model so much is that it's MRR heavy, monthly recurring revenue. So that was extremely exciting for me as well, because like not only am I making high ticket sales, like closing these people, but if you have a good marketer and we do a damn good job, you're not going to get rid of that marketer, especially if you're a business owner who heavily relies on either online sales or heavily relies on an online presence, which most people do nowadays, right? So I've established myself in a good position, and we make a monthly residual income coming in every single month. And that's a great feeling as well, knowing that, like on the 9th of every single month, right? If you close that person on the 9th of every single month, you get X amount of dollars. That to me is a great feeling. I actually have a meeting later on today. It was actually a warm inbound lead because we have our own ads launch. So I'm gonna bring you guys in that, and I'll probably blur the guy's face, but I'll record it with my screen recorder and post at least some clips and snippets of it, just to kind of give you an idea of what it is that I do and kind of how the process goes. Yeah, so I'm gonna bring you guys along with me. Like, where are you from though? So like nationality wise?
I'm from Kenya.
Kenya. Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I'm from
amazing.
Kenya.
My girlfriend's dad, so she's Romanian and her dad's Romanian, but he loves women from Africa. My girlfriend is actually from Kenya. She's very sweet, so, and she says that
Yeah.
Kenya is beautiful, beautiful.
Oh yes, man. I was there last year. So like I go there every year. So
Nice. I love
Yeah.
it.
So yeah, it's so hot, so beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in Florida, so
Oh,
I
okay.
enjoy the heat as well. I'm Spanish, so I can't be in the cold, man. I don't do well in the cold.
Yeah. That's why now I always complain about cold and snow, man. I'm
Oh,
from
bro.
Africa. Africa's hot, but
Yeah,
here is yeah,
yeah, bro. I love it, man. So yeah,
yeah.
and just give me a little bit of information about, the business and kind of where you're at and where you want to be at. Are you doing it full time? You doing it as a side hustle? Just give me some information, man.
Right now, like I have another job, like
Okay.
because I still have to pay child support,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So, but like I used to have a another company, which wasn't going well. So I started a new one with different names, so that I'm like maybe let me start this one as fresh, and then you see how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
So you want this to be your full-time thing though?
Yes,
Big
yes,
time, right?
yeah, yeah, big
Okay.
time, yeah. Because like I'm always love to work for myself, but I hate
Me
work.
too.
I know, like I hate working for someone, man. You
Yeah,
know
me
what I
too.
mean?
Me too.
Yeah, because like you always expect the paycheck. When the paycheck, like
Yeah.
that's crazy, man. Yeah.
And I don't want to sell you a dream or anything like that, but we can make that happen for you for this to become your full-time thing. And I just the only concern I have is that you're the only employee right now. So if we start bringing
Oh,
you a lot,
I can hire a lot of people, because I can hire a lot of people if I get more.
amazing,
I mean,
amazing.
more jobs.
Yep. And you
Yeah,
guys you guys are doing residential.
commercial.
Oh,
No,
okay.
commercial. Yeah.
Commercial only.
Yes. I mean, I can add also residential, but I mean, I did residential for almost like 6 months, I think. And like I mean, it didn't go well for me. So, but
Okay.
I mean, if there's a lot of job also for residential, oh yeah, man, we're just looking for job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, man. Residential is like if if the cleaning business is a tree, okay, and commercial, all the good fruit, the commercial fruit, it's at the top. Okay, so it's hard to get there, right? The low
Yes.
hanging fruit, the ones that you can just go out there and grab, that's the
Right.
residential. Okay, so that's how we're gonna get our feet wet, start making more money, more revenue, and then eventually, you can build out the systems to be able to do the commercial. Now, I will tell you something. With our system, you will get commercial jobs as well, but we're mostly going to be going after residential because it's just so easy. It's so easy and it's good cash flow. Okay. Um, what did you do as far as advertising with the old business as well? So like what are you doing
Uh,
now?
uh, the old the old business, what I did was a Google, and also a Facebook. Yeah, but the Facebook was expensive for me, because like like Facebook, like you have to spend money every day. Like between like $10 to $15 a day. Like and also like I mean, like I wasn't receiving any more clients, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, then why do I need to spend more money here?
Last question. When you were running the ads before, okay, who was doing it for you? Was it just yourself or did you have someone helping
No,
you?
he was someone else. I mean, nice guy. I mean, he was so nice about it. Like he used to help me out. Like I mean, he was so nice, but like, and I'm like, hey man, I can't afford. Like this Facebook thing. Like because when you spend the money, you have to get more customers. But if like you spending money, and there's no results, like you always like, okay, like let me stop, let me think about something else.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so,
Listen,
so yeah.
this is the thing, Dean, and I'm gonna get into what I do and what my company does, and kind of get into the nitty gritty of everything.
Yeah.
Just I do want to set an expectation. Okay, I know I could help you, but I don't know if you're in a place yet for me to help you. Okay. And I mean that with all due respect. I feel as if, because we work with a lot of companies that have many employees, they have a booking system, they have a website, they have, they kind of have all the things in place that they need, and a crew, and their business is their job, and that's what pays their bills. So, it's their full time. So I know I can help you, but it's just dependent on if the resources that you have and things like that kind of can help us as well. Now I know you had a guy doing it before, but I can guarantee you he was probably a nice guy. Like you said, I'm a nice guy as well, but business is first for me. Okay, like
Yes,
we will have a
yes.
good relationship, but if I'm not performing and my company's not performing, we have a problem, right? So then I know how to get serious really fast. All right. So we could be good friends, but business is first.
Of
Okay, and
course,
business is
that's right. Yeah,
money's money's extremely important. All right.
yeah, that's right.
And so the way we're gonna do this, and the reason why I bring him up is because we know what we're doing. He might have been working with a bunch of different industries and things like that. We work with home cleaning service businesses. We do this for very big companies, okay? And the way we do it,
Yeah,
okay. So
yeah.
we what I ideally move is I want you to go in there and go do one-time jobs, and then I want you to wow them so much that they ask you to come back next week, next month, or whatever the case is. Okay. So we need to set up good pricing for you as well, so you're not undervaluing yourself. You just go and show up to the appointment and go do the job. You get paid, and then we get paid. Okay.
Oh
That's
wow,
the way it works.
that's
So we're
nice.
strict on that.
I love to work for myself. That's who
Yes.
I am. Like
Me
yeah,
too.
I
Me
don't want
too.
to work
So
for someone.
I'm
Yeah.
right there with you. I can relate well with that. This is what it sounds like to me. You have the experience, you have the willpower, you know what you're doing. You've done it in the past. You've already done it before.
Oh
Okay,
yes,
but you have a
yes.
you have a problem in your business, and the problem is no one knows who you are. That's the big problem. You
Yes,
need
exactly.
in the way you're gonna find how people are gonna find you and find out who you are is through advertising and through social media and things like that. It's the only way nowadays. People, listen, you are probably even addicted to this thing right here. Facebook and Instagram scrolling. I know I have a problem with it, right? And so that's who we want to target. We want to target the people that are on their phones, but they do need services. They maybe they're a single mother and they work full time, and the house gets messy. Whatever the case is, man. Whatever the case is, we want to find those people and target those people. Okay. Look, man, I want to help you. I really do. I just need. This is the thing is I need you to understand something. This is going to be a partnership. We don't just come in. We're not just going to be your marketing guys. Then you kind of hear from us here and there. We're gonna take care of your business as if it was our business. That's the main thing. And I just want to set the framework that you understand that and that you're okay with that, because we're gonna come in and we're gonna maybe change things up. Maybe your pricing. I just want you to be receptive to that. That's the main thing.
Yes, I mean that's a very good idea because like like me like I don't have a partner and like and I always wanted like someone to show me, hey, you're missing this.
Yeah.
Hey, like if you do this, then you do better. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. You're at a place right now, okay? I don't know if you believe in God, whatever you believe in,
Yeah.
right? Maybe
Yes.
maybe this is God telling you like, "Hey man, it's time to take that next step. It's time
This
to
is
it's
that.
time to do that next thing to really start this thing." You want to be a business owner, right? There's no better time to start than now. There's no better time
Yeah.
to start than now. You have the experience, you have the willpower. You just need to put it into action now. Um, I think we should get this thing started, man. Let's get this thing started, and let's get the ball rolling on this.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean yeah. Give me until Monday. Let me set up some stuff. And also see what I can do for my because I still don't have a new website yet.
Okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
so that I'm thinking of changing my old name into this name, so that I'm gonna have the website.
Okay. And also
So
remember, the $33 a day, the $1,000 does not start until you start, like, until we run the ads. So like, you don't need to worry about that money until we actually get in there and launch the ads and everything like that. The dollars is just a deposit, because we're actually capped out. We're capped out at 10 clients. You would be our 8th, and I have 3 more meetings today. Okay, so I'm not taking any more clients on because we just can't handle it. We can't handle it anymore. We're kind of spread thin at this point, because we're trying to hire more people as well, and finding good people, as you know, is really hard. The only thing that you would owe today is dollars, and then we could get the onboarding and start everything next week.
okay, then let's do that.
Okay,
Let's do that.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna send you a Stripe link, man. I'm excited for you, man.
I want to live like the American dream, man. You know what I mean?
Me too, man. That's what we're all trying to do, brother. That's what we're all trying to do.
Yeah.
I got it, brother.
All right. Sweet.
It's been like a week since that meeting, and I do want to go over a couple things before I end the video on things that I think that maybe most people would overlook, especially if you're not in sales, and maybe things you could start implementing in your sales journey to help you increase your close rate and overall help you make more money. So one thing that I feel like I did really well in the beginning was obviously just kind of setting the tone. And what I mean by that is just kind of being more conversational than salesy in the beginning. Like, really listen to these people that you're selling to. Ask them like you care about, you know, their past and where they're from, and spark conversation in that way to where they don't feel like they're being sold to. That's something that I do extremely well. I make it seem like just a regular conversation, and then before they know it, they are being sold to. So in the beginning, obviously just asking him where he's from and stuff, and then finding relatability from that. As you can tell, I did that in the beginning, and I feel like that kind of set the tone. If you can make people laugh and they enjoy the conversation, you have a way higher chance of selling to them. Now, there's no statistic to say that that's true or not, but that's just from my own personal belief. Something else that I feel like I did pretty well was the questions that I asked him kind of put him in a trap, and he didn't even really notice it. So I would ask him certain things, and then he would show me the pain points in his business that I then exploited later on in the call and throughout the call. I'm not doing this in a malicious way, but I do need to find out how I can help them and how I can help in his business and why he even needs our services in the first place. As you can tell through the whole video, I really did that, and I made it seem like if he wasn't doing digital marketing, then he just wasn't ever gonna have a successful business. And that was something that I think was really key to me closing him, was him telling me what the problem was. If you go to a doctor, right, and you go in there and you don't tell them what the problem is, they don't know what to diagnose. In sales, people don't really want to tell you their problems. You kind of have to ask in a strategic way to pry that information from them, and then use it kind of against them, even though it's going to be eventually helping them. So that's what I did that I thought was pretty good, and maybe you guys thought was good as well. Something else that I did was putting myself in a position of power. So if you notice throughout the call, I really made it seem like he wasn't fit to work with us, not the other way around. And in most sales calls, you're coming at a position of you want something from the business owner or from the client or whoever it is. You want something from them. But if you can position it to where they feel as if they need you don't really need them, then you can win. Your closing rate is gonna go way up, and people are gonna feel kind of like, whoa, like I need to be working with this company. They know what they're talking about, and they almost don't want me. It's almost like in life, they kind of say the best way to attract a girl is to not care at all and treat her like you have no chance with her. And maybe you've seen that in your own life, but it's the same thing with clients. If you talk to them like you don't really care if they close or not, and you know, we might not be a good culture fit and not be able to even work together. I really do think that there's a weird reverse psychology with that, when people think that they're hopping on these calls to get sold to, and then you just don't really care. And you kind of tell them, hey, I don't know if you guys are fit enough to work with us. You know, it kind of swings the dynamic into your favor. Something else that I did, I kind of made him conform into who we are. This is the thing, is I usually have calls with companies that are already really established and stuff like that. I also take on newbies, kind of like how he is. Like, he's been in the game for a while and he knows what he's doing, but he's starting a brand new company again. The customer almost doesn't know what they need. It's up to you to point them in that direction. So if you notice, he told me he just does commercial, which I can do commercial advertising as well, but really, like I said, the low-hanging fruit is residential work. And so I kind of had to make him change his limiting beliefs beliefs about residential work for us to be able to really onboard him and be able to help him out. So you see that I did that with the tree analogy, the low hanging fruit and then the high fruit, and he has to kind of qualify himself before he can get to that fruit that's at the top of the tree, the sweetest fruit and stuff like that. So I thought that was a pretty high level thing that I did right there. I guess really lastly is just at the end of the call when he objected and was like, hey, let's do this. I want to do this, but let's do it on Monday. And if there's something that I could tell you to really change the way that you do sales and change letting people off the hook and not trying to get payment right there on the call, it's this. It's that time kills all deals. The more someone thinks about it and you get them off the call and they have days to think about it, the less likely they are to close. Now, obviously in some cases they will actually close and they actually do just need to think about it, but those negative thoughts are going to arise like, well, can they really help me? And you know, can they really do this and do that? Before that even happens, you need to try your very best to close them right there on the call. One call closes. That's what you need to do. I got his objection, and how I kind of defended that objection and kind of got past it was obviously I created urgency. That wasn't the whole truth, obviously, but I needed him to close right then and there, because if I would have let him off the hook, he probably would not be a client right now, and then I wouldn't be able to help him in his business. So you saw that I created urgency with the things that I said, like, hey, you would be our 8th client. We're capping ourselves at 10, and I have 3 calls after this, right? So you saw how I did that. The wheels started turning when he was objecting, and then after that, you know, he was like, you know what, let's just do it, and then I received payment. A lot of sales is just being quick on the feet and being slick with the tongue, whatever you want to say. You have to be able to think fast and land on your feet, and you need to try to get them to close. That's the most important thing. Get them to close right there on the call. Don't let any time pass. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with is, throughout the whole entire call, I had a big pointer finger. And what I mean by that is, when you have a big pointer finger in sales, you're pointing out the things that they're missing out on that other people are doing. So, you know, the fact that he wasn't doing advertising, and, you know, there was a couple different instances, I can't remember off the top of my head, that I had a big pointer finger and I was like, hey, like, you should be doing this. This is what other big companies are doing. And if you're not doing this, you're falling behind. And something that actually just came to me was, he told me that his last marketer was a really nice guy and stuff like that. And then you kind of saw how I was like, look, because what he really wants to do is make money, quit his job, and make his side hustle become his main hustle. I knew that off the rip because I asked the right qualifying questions, and then I used it against him. When he told me that his last marketer was really nice, he was almost like talking him up, like he wasn't that great, but he was a really nice guy. I was like, look, I'm a nice guy too. We could be friends, but I'm here for business. And he liked that. You can tell he was receptive to that messaging. You know, those are a couple things that I did in that call that I thought I did really well. Since that call, we've onboarded 3 more people. So I have 3 more sales calls that I've successfully closed people. I have a lot of calls of me not closing people as well, and I will share those with you guys. Let me know in the comments down below if you like this type of content and like to see what I do and how I make over $10,000 a month. I'm really curious to see how people respond to this type of video. I've never been really public about my business. I feel like I should be more public with it, so obviously that's why I'm dropping this video. But yeah, if you enjoyed this content and you have any questions for me, or comment them down below, or DM me at FlossyKate on Instagram. That's the best way to reach out to me. I appreciate you guys tuning in. As per usual, I'll see you guys soon. Peace.